Yeah. Look at this. Tell me what's in here. Water. That's life. That's life. That's what life is. And I brought something along with me this morning here to demonstrate life. And here's life. And here's a human being. This is a kid, okay? This is a teenager. And I'm going to put that teenager right in that bowl. What do you see about that when you see that? Huh? It's floating. It's floating. Why doesn't it go all the way down? It's heavy. It's heavy. You think that? Why do you think that orange doesn't go all the way down?
Because it's not that deep.
Well, you know what? That's you and me. That's us when we grow up as little kids and children. We grow up and we look like that, and we don't get completely in it. You notice there's a whole bunch of this that's outside the water. But then we get older. And you know what happens when we get older? Well, we find out about Jesus. And I got one in here that's got Jesus in them. And we find out about Jesus. And then we still have some of the old world on us, but we don't have as much. And what do you see about that? It's sinking, but is it sinking as much as the other one? Is this one more sunk or is this one more sunk? This one's more sunk, isn't it? It goes all the way down there. And there's supposed to be enough water in here to make this experiment work. But you know, the problem with this is that the world, it's still got the world on it. And sometimes we come to church and we hear about Jesus and we give a life to Jesus and we begin to take some of the world out of us and we become more and more like Jesus, just pure like Jesus wants us to be in the world. And we really get into Jesus and we're looking good, but there's still some of us that's of the water. What do we need to do to really get close to Jesus? Well, I tell you what, we need to leave all the world behind. And somewhere in this bag, I've done that. See, all the world's gone now. Now we just have Jesus in our life. Totally Him. And look what happens to that. It sinks even more. It sinks even more. And don't you love it when an experiment comes together? It sinks more. And it's fully underneath the water. Well, sometimes Jesus has to put His hands on us because we want to go back to being like the world, don't we? This is when we have all the world in us and we don't have any Jesus. This is when we start learning about Jesus. We invite Jesus into our life. And this is when we get fully into the Word of God and we're going to church and we're learning about Jesus and we want our life to be like Him. We're totally in the Lord. Isn't that neat? You have a question. You get one question. There's a charge, though. Do you have the money for it?
How much is it?
It's a dime. It's a dime. Okay, go ahead.
So this is like us when we were born and we don't
Yes,
know Jesus.
that's right.
And then that's when we started learning about Jesus, and then that's when we go to church and become Christians. And
That's when we give our life to Jesus and become fully Christian, yeah. We're totally in the Word. We're totally into Jesus. We're living our life for Him and being blessed. Isn't that neat? Which one of these do you want to be? You want to be that one, don't you? To where God knows us and we know God and He's fully in us. And let me ask you a question. If you were going to eat this orange now, which one would you want to eat just like it is? You would like to eat that with the skin on it? You'd like to eat? No, you can't take the skin off.
But I don't like this.
Or do you want it with some skin still on it? Or do you want the full deal? Or do you want it to where you peel it and get to eat the orange just as it really is? Isn't that neat? And that's, don't drop it. Oh, you had to say that, didn't you? You had to say that. You know I'm a boy.